What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome back to Let's Play 7 Nights Flashpoint. It is time to run the Undercity Nab, a Loot 3 Files mission for Diego here. Got a lot of XP on the line, got about 200k on the line. Solid influence gain here as well. And the big thing is we're going to have the first chance of our Vanguard to play this one out. Yeah, should look pretty good overall. Let's rock. The pieces of the formula have been sent, we've been sent to find, rather, or hidden in the loot boxes throughout the facility. You think the turncoat would have just put them all in one place? Security in an experimental fabrication facility like this is wired up nice and tight, especially for the blue cards. So what's the point of the stabilizer? A nanofab just needs cubes in the blueprints. Unless you need something more. Every now and then, Corps get the idea to modify their blueprints to require some proprietary agent to stabilize the output. A curing agent to fix the fab. Never lasts long, the new tech gets leaked, or some cracker cracks it, which is why Diego wants it so badly. He wants to be the one to sell it to the street first. Scout ahead, plot a route, keep your options open. Let's empty some lockers and find this formula. So there's 3 scattered throughout the zone. Plan a route, get as many loot boxes as you can. When we have all 3 files, or once we have 1, we can extract, but our payment increases with each file. So, we have spawned here on the map, ceremonially known as One Ladder Sewer. We've got corpo guards here, pretty basic stuff overall. They are power level 3 enemies now, as we've gotten to a high enough power level where it gets generated with the multiplier that it rounds up the PL3, so the guards get slightly stronger. We've hit, sort of the next power spike here. We've got a pretty obvious route forward. Again, vision range is about 40 meters, so we don't know anything beyond roughly this. So it could be guards over here. There could easily be guards over here. Don't know. This side, that side, who knows? But obviously, want to get these 2 boxes. The entire squad can come around the right to grab these. Come through this camera, and then grab this box. And then we don't know where the exit's going to be, but hopefully it's going to be near this box, right? So we don't have to backtrack too much. Now, I don't know exactly how safe to feel around these guards. Can I get both of you? Yes. Okay, you're running away. I can probably fully ignore you. You're running away, but I gotta kill you, and I don't know what you're gonna do, but that's fine. It looks like we can safely delay the entire squad. And let these guards waste their turn. So, you're going back that way, sure. Delay and delay. You are running down there, which I knew. That's fine, that is shootable. That is, 2 people in line of sight over there. You're running out that way, which is fine. It's also known. And yeah, you're just out of the way enough that I'm not worried about this. You did turn back, but we can still get, around your vision cone, no problem. Alrighty, so Cyberknight can run pretty far here. If I run to here, we are in audio range of all 3. Also, it's patrol route 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to stop right here and look out. So I've got to make sure I'm not too close to, this location, basically. I think I'm going to end up pistoling as a result. I'm going to go here. I'm just outside your vision cone, which is nice. We get new guard info. There's a guard here as well. Again, just outside the vision cone for this brief moment. And just going to be some pistol shots. There's 1. Here's 2. That missed, unfortunately. And, of course, I'm out of action points, but I've got the rest of my team, so it's not going to be too big of a deal. I'm going to go ahead and early pop silence. It does give move speed, so if I check her stats overall, her current move speed is 9%. We pop silence, and it should bump up to 19. It is indeed 19. Grab my sword, and realistically only really get 1 strike. That's going to be okay. Don't want a shotgun, it's going to be too loud. But the move speed allowed me to get in range in time, which is kind of nice. And because I'm worried about sort of how many guards are around and how hard it's going to be to get the damage, I'm going to use Power Slice to get some bonus damage. We unfortunately got the glance, which is too bad, so this guy's going to be a little bit annoying to deal with. I need to make sure we can actually get line of sight on him, because of course with her in the way it gets a little bit tougher. Not going to be the end of the world, but got to basically run out here. No surprise targets anymore, but we can still put the damage in. First one misses, second one is a guaranteed glance. This guy is really tanking a lot of damage I do not like. It becomes a bit of a problem, honestly. Hopefully you can do what everyone else failed to do and actually get this kill. Hopefully you're accurate enough, that would be great. I could have gone with something like hold up or thrown bullet and like CC'd him, but I thought we'd have the damage. Apparently I'm wrong about that. So thankfully your accuracy is actually pretty good. If I use Flush, I can lower your armor. That doesn't seem all that useful, so I'm just going to shoot twice and hope it's good enough. Please don't fail. Okay, cool. This should be a guaranteed glancing hit, so we are just fine. The nice thing about the Gunslinger is he has traits and other things learned that actually increase his innate light weapons accuracy. And so the fact that I have +7 accuracy here means that this gun is like innately 82%, and so it is much easier to like guarantee kills because I'm getting guaranteed glancing hits. Alrighty, well, no living guards have seen or heard anything, so just the 2 tally. The next tough thing is I don't know where you're going. I don't know what you're going to look at, and you're kind of in the way as well, and so it's a bit of a pickle here, where those guards I want to remove, but also they're all going to hear the gunfire, and that's not great. We'll start by getting some free loot. Nice, we get a really good pistol blueprint. We're going to use that for sure. I can't, get exactly where I want to go. So what I'm going to end up doing is kind of coming out to here, taking an early reload since the last pistol shot only costs 1 action point. And I want to keep the focus fire buff, so I'm just going to go and... yeah, I'm just going to start with damage here. Oh, that crit is huge, actually. I crit for more than 2x. He's got like 5 HP left, so I'm going to clip that one for sure. Spanner's not going to have the best time cleaning up, but it'll have to do. I'm going to run you out to here. Go for this 1 kill. This should likely be guaranteed. Yep, just barely. Outside optimal range, obviously you're alert. Obviously I'm spotted, so best I can do is that. We get the glance, but it's good enough. So now, do we want to go for this kill, acknowledging that these guards might move up and see it? But I'm also not willing to risk you moving forward and making my life even harder. So I think really the play is... it's like, once again, let's hope we have the damage, but I'm pretty sure we do. Maybe we shouldn't have gotten closer to you, but I think it'll be okay. This guy is going to be surprised. We don't get a crit, though. Got some accuracy. I'm going to have you run up. We'll be able to get at least 1 strike here, which is good. Okay, please. Hello? Yeah, I'm going to run you here. That puts me in attack range for 1 strike, no problem. We see a lot more guards. But the cool thing is, what I get to do is pop Refract right here. And I can block both myself and their view of the corpse. I'm going to put it sort of close to the wall, so that if the body flies backwards, it's still, covered. Nice damage. Good crit. I have no way to attack for 1 AP. Normally you would like to put a basic pistol on a Vanguard, so that at worst you just use the 1 AP second shot and kind of clean things up, but not going to happen here. I don't know if I need to use lure. I might choose to lure one of these guys that I can't reach. I can't lure anybody, actually. So this last action point is going to do nothing. That's fine. I don't really mind it. Just got to make sure we clean the kill out here with this guy. Shouldn't be a big problem, but we have to make sure we don't screw up. So let's kind of stand a bit behind the wall. Somewhere like this means this guard is unlikely to spot me. I still have a clean shot here. This should be decent. Yeah, it shouldn't be a major problem. There is about a 2% chance I miss both shots. It's pretty unlikely. Okay, it's actually, no, it's 0. I thought he might have been obscured and I would have gotten blocked, but it's not the case. So that corpse is pretty clearly getting line of sight blocked. They clearly can't tell what's going on there. And so we, again, have no spare tally whatsoever. I have 1 AP left. Let's take the reload. I am, again, not worried about this guard. If he sees me, then I was wrong to not be worried, but I'm pretty sure I'm fine. Doesn't go far enough. Can't see the corpse. Nothing to be worried about. Perfect ability usage. So cool, we got to obscure a body, and that was kind of nice. You're running behind us, but again, you shouldn't be close enough for it to matter. I know how far you were going, and it's to there, and indeed, we are safe. And that's thanks to look ahead. All right, need to turn this camera off. I think letting the CK run for that and back is reasonable. I think letting the guards all use their turn is also reasonable. So I'm going to turn this camera off. Don't want to get seen. Of course, I can go for max kills. 1, 2, 3. There's 5 other guards up right now. There might be 1 or 2 more down here. I'm not sure. So going for this kill is actually beneficial in that the secondary objective is indeed a good amount of bonus XP. It's probably worth getting. Nice, we got 1 part of the quest done. There we go. Very kind of you to leave this valuable file tucked in here. There's more to find. Don't let the second guy slow you down. Keep moving. Bar of success. Alright, well, you're going to run out like this. You're at 10. The difficulty is my gunslinger is at 8. And I just used up my initiative buffs. Or, sorry, I don't have any action points left to buff initiative. So it's going to be slightly awkward to make sure this goes without a hitch. Slight mistakes were made. I think we'll be okay. But I didn't quite plan this out right. I could just mostly run away. Yeah, there's going to be some awkwardness for sure. Well, you walked away. That's fine. We'll have to group up on you at some point. Yeah, you guys are over there. I'm going to run up, turn off the camera, and then lure them somewhere where they're, like, pretty easily caught. This may be a little bit too aggressive, to be honest, but... I'm going to go to here. Oops. I'm going to lure them out into the open. So I'm going to lure them to over there. And then I'm going to crouch behind this box, which should be totally safe. And then they should be pretty open to getting attacked next turn. Okay, here's the scary thing. I know that you are going to run to around here or something. And that's probably going to see my gunslinger, which is a worry to me. So I think I'd rather do... Let's make sure the highlights are where we want them to be. I might throw down Shadow and say, hey, you just, like, run into this wall. I didn't mean to click quite that early. And I think, actually, I screwed up, and the pathing is such that he might still see my characters, because he's going to, like, have to path like this and then down. I think the vision goes going to be wide enough, so I kind of misclicked. I needed to click somewhere else. It was a bit of a mistake. I can't do any further yielding, which is a problem. I'm just going to kind of run straight forward. Actually, I'm going to smoke screen my gunslinger to make sure he's safe. Because he might actually get shot otherwise. And I'm just going to run for it here. I probably shouldn't have used Shadow. I think it was a mistake. Or I could have like pulled him even more aggressively. But oh well. So you're running up. You, I think, probably wouldn't have seen him. And in fact, actually, he's so focused, he doesn't even see the smoke either. That's pretty fortunate, actually. I am not sure 2 revolver shots kill here. I do want this. I do want the kill because I want the secondary objective. That's, like, valuable. But I also really want to make sure this keeps moving forward, like, positively. And so I'm going to have him run forward anyway, like this. And we're going to say the Cybernet's going to have enough damage. I think she will. I think the Cyberknight will get this kill. But, yeah, we're just going to leave it like this for now. I think it is what it is. Small mistakes, but whatever. Alright, well, I can safely yield. All the guards are above 10. If they're all above 10, you can always yield behind them, because you can always yield to some number less than that. So you can wait where you are. You're on a normal patrol. You are going to walk into the lure spot. You are standing there because of Shadow, which makes total sense. You're going to wait. You're going to wait. You're going to walk also to the same spot. There you go. I can yield behind one more guard. That's you standing still. That's fine. All right, CK, are you going to do well here? You know, not really. With 4 AP, it kind of sucks. We're just going to ignore him. I know I wanted to go and take the kill, but it's going to be too awkward. I think it exposed me to too much risk. It's not worth it for the chance at what's realistically 15 XP on 4 people. I'm just going to skip. It's not the end of the world. I do want to go pretty loud with this assault rifle if possible. The difficulty is balancing range versus noise range. I want to shoot... There we go. Something like this. I don't want him to hear. But I want to hit these two, no problem. So it looks like that's going to be the spot. Oh, wait, no. He's also going to hear it. I can't. It's got to be the SMG. Okay. Well, this wasn't ideal. Wait, I don't have the mid-range anyway. Okay, I've got to walk up like this after all. I misplanned the turn. I thought about this guy, but I didn't think about this guy. And that one cares. Like, that one matters to me. So run up here. Full auto SMG looks decent here. Yeah, solid 100 damage on 2 people. That seems fine. I'm going to... Oh, I can't yield, actually, because the gunslinger has an initiative of 1. Makes my life a little bit harder. But I'm going to stand here. I can jump out and hit them, no problem. I've got 4 action points, so that's 2 sword strikes. I get spotted, sure. Strike 1, that was a glance. Strike 2 should be a kill, and it is. You are not blocking my gunslinger's line of sight. You should have no problem shooting this. Revolver's going to be too loud. Thankfully, you're turning that way, so you're not going to see bodies for a bit. I can easily take 1 step forward and not lose anything, because again, you can shoot pistols with 1 AP left. So, minimum glancing hit. And shot 2. And shot 3. That should be enough to kill every time. Indeed it is. Alright. Oh, that was pretty decent. Now, body timers are going to be running out very soon. We're going to start getting some security tally. It looks like the cameras went up and spotted somebody as well. Oh, right. This turned on and saw him. That makes total sense. There are 3 guards on the map that we know of, but we would need more kills to get everything, to get the objective, so chasing this guy down doesn't seem worth it. I don't have security scramble up, but I want to turn this off before too long. I also don't know what you're doing, which scares me a little bit here. I might... Yeah, okay, I'm in a slightly awkward spot here. So, I don't want to get seen by this camera. Or this camera. But until it's Spanner's turn, I can't turn this camera off because I did not invest further in Jam Kit on my Vanguard. You can easily max Jam Kit and have 4 charges that cost 0 action points. I didn't do that. Now I can safely run here and deal some damage to this guy. I can pretty reliably get the kill, I'm pretty sure, actually. And the nice thing is this box looks like it's gonna... No, it's not gonna block this camera. I could use Refract to block the camera. That would make it a little bit easier to path over that way. I don't really mind wasting the Refract charge, actually. I think this is actually okay. And I think I have the damage to kill him and not worry about this guard yet. So it's a bit of a risk here, but I think it's going to be okay. I should have used Silence. I made a mistake in not doing so. But Silence would have guaranteed that he doesn't turn around and I get, you know, easier attacks. Oh well, too late for that. So no surprise attacks here. Would have been nice. Just going to go for good old-fashioned sword strikes. And the one scary thing is if you patrol far enough forward, you'll see my Vanguard. I think it'll be fine because I think you'd have to get all the way around the corner then over to here to see, because this is going to block line of sight otherwise. If I'm wrong, I'm in a really bad spot, but I think it'll be okay. But mistakes to not use Silence there. Honestly, that would have been a more effective tool. My Gunslinger's already been seen, so letting him run through the camera is fine at this point. So go on ahead, buddy. And there's the stabilizer part. We get a revolver blueprint and some nice files. Fleece that loot box, pay data in hand. There's more to find though. Don't let Sec AA slow you down. Keep moving. More partial success. Grab more loot. It's just right on the way. Loot box number 4. And we get the 3rd stabilizer part. Cleaning the place out. All the pay data has been accounted for. Well done. There's an entire formula in hand. Diego will be pleased. Let's get you out of there. Total success. The team can successfully extract now for full payment or continue to pillage this zone for more profit. So running all the way over this box is very reasonable. Not exactly in danger. I'm going to yield down for now. I'm going to have you finally turn off this camera. And realistically, this guy's not scary, so I'm going to just delay. Same for my Cyber Knight. Let's go ahead and let these guards all have their turns. You're patrolling back that way. Okay, fine. Actually, this is... Oh. That just barely counts as cover. That's a surprise to me. Alright, so now the awkwardness is yielding appropriately such that we can turn this camera off. Well, we're going to try. And we're going to try and fail. So, I can run to here, no problem. Not trying to exit. I want this last loot box. I'm going to run and, you know, turn this corner. Next turn, I can line crawler that. Egress will have to go back around. It's not the end of the world. It's just a little bit slow. Go back around and run this way. That's going to be fine for now. And for the Cyber Knight, ultimately, I'm going to have to like walk back one step to get out of your vision cone. But then now I should be allowed to run. And this should be fine. Yep, okay, cool. So, let's run over here. This wall has indeed blocked the camera pretty nicely. This is why I like Refract. It's so multi-purpose. You can get so much out of it. I just really enjoy using it. And you can freely pass through it, but if you're using it to block a camera, you're obviously going to get instantly revealed if you don't do anything different. Okay, we get reinforcements, sure. But they're so far away, they're not worth chasing down. It is worth noting, though, that this is our first wave of like immediately upgraded Corpo reinforcements. And so what we've got here is a Divergent who has even better evasion quality and also pretty good armor already, 46%. We've got an E-Medic that can stim their teammates and heal them back up. Comes with an Urban Assault Rifle and very high quality armor. You can see 480 health on my difficulty settings and high quality armor with 2 points to shred. That can be pretty tough. Linecrawler got lucky and bounced that way. There is one guard over there. Again, 3 more kills would give me the secondary objective, but honestly, to me, still like not worth it to backtrack for this guy unless he finally moves over. I will yield and let this guard move. I want to know what he's up to. Yeah, you're going back the way you came because you're done with Shadow. You are... you saw a corpse. I don't super care about that. Oh, shoot, I might care. Okay, this is not the end of the world. He saw a lot of corpses, though. But there were corpses that other cameras, I think, already saw. So not a ton of extra new tally. Still going to wait for this... Oh, this guy's already had his turn. Okay. Is that kill worth it? I think no. I think let's sprint in a straight line. Let's acknowledge that his initiative roll is 16. And so we got a... Or actually, it's 18. So let's make sure we're defaulting to being... Okay. So because there are 2 guards here, going back for this kill means I get the secondary objective complete. That's worth it. And your patrols are not too scary, at least not yet. Let's have the Cyber Knight step out. These boxes make it annoying, but I can still find the angle. Looks like right here. I'm going to go to the side to make room for other teammates. No one else is in gunshot hearing range, so pretty easy to go for full auto with the AR. That's a big crit for 300. Pistol might hit. Coin flip. Nice. Okay. Well, as long as we get the other 2, we're going to be totally safe. Let's have the Vanguard run on down. We know this camera will turn on relatively soon. Got to be a little bit careful. Yep, end of next turn is not a big deal, though. That's going to be pretty chill. Divergent is patrolling. You might see a corpse. Yep, okay. You're angsty by seeing a corpse. Understood. And you might be... Yeah, okay, nothing too scary there for you. Alrighty, so we want this last box, these last 2 kills, and we get what we came for. That'll be pretty good. Once again, I want you to be in a relatively safe location, so we're going to put you behind this wall here. And we should have... Okay, so this is one of the guards being woken up. In fact, both of them... Oh, you're going to see me. Yep. Thankfully ran out of action points, but I didn't think about them patrolling right towards us. Got pretty lucky here, I'm going to be honest. Okay, I've got things I've got to do here. So let's reload the pistol. Let's stand somewhere like this. Actually, what is the best place to stand? Yeah, let's go somewhere like this. And the goal... Does gun kata catch them both? Yes, it does. Alright, we're going to shoot them both with both guns. Let's hope it's good enough. Yeah, I missed a lot. That wasn't great. Oh well, we get the guaranteed glancing hit. Might as well shoot him. Cool, he's low. Definitely not the sickest. I can pretty confidently say that. Let's see. Camera is down for the remainder of this turn. That is enough for me to walk in and use my Cyber Knight's pistol. That should be functional as far as I'm concerned. The only guy I can shoot is you. Coin flip works. We get a crit. Not bad. For good measure, I'm going to throw it on look ahead. It gives -2 initiative, so there is a chance that I would lose the initiative roll on someone else. And so it's just forward, you know, basically forward play for that. Alright, you are here. I'm going to actually yield. And I'm going to let Spanner go, because Spanner has an automatic weapon, and that can shoot both these people. Which is highly effective, as you can see. So, no ammo left on most of these guns, so best I can do is shoot a single time. 40% is not great, but it's something. Nice, we got it. No one else could hear gunfire anyway, so we can run a straight line and keep on moving down. We are going to escalate, but we at least got the bonus objective, which is cool. These guards are very far away, and thus not really a threat. They'll keep seeing corpses, but they're seeing corpses on the wrong side of the map, and so even though they might generate security tally, and the AI might indeed try to send people to investigate what the AI knows about, they don't know about where we currently are, and so it doesn't really have to matter. I'm going to run you all the way up here. I believe the camera never turns. I think this camera never turns. I could be wrong, but oh well if I am. I guess I could be extra safe. I'm going to run up here. I have no AP left. I'll throw down this wall just to make sure the camera can't see me. But like next turn, realistically, I'm just going to jam kit this. We're going to grab the loot and get out. Well, we're going to get out during turn 9 probably. Yeah, they are being sent my way, right? They are angsty and aggressive and whatnot to investigate, you know, their dead comrades and whatever else was seen. Escalation turns on some landmines. Sure. That's fine. They're on the wrong side of the map. I'm okay. You're hunting, uselessly, as it turns out. You are just barely outside the camera. That's good news. Just run you toward the exit. I think on that side is totally fine. There's no guards here. We are not pending a security escalation. Let's go and turn this camera off with the jam kit. You're the farthest forward, so you're going to be the one who spends the action points doing this kind of stuff. Another pistol blueprint. That's kind of nice. Some of my team probably could have run backwards instead and exited over here, but it's fine. It's not a big enough deal. I'm going to leave her here in case she needs to be part of combat for some reason. She shouldn't be, but, you know, we can just be safe. Cybernite should be able to get out next turn, during turn 9, and everyone else is going to get even closer than she is, so it really shouldn't be a problem. Agent EX makes it out. I think we can start sending the evacs. Looks like everyone's going to be fine. Nothing should be slowing me down here, so let's just clean them out. You are hunting into a wall and turning left. Good for you. You're investigating. Not seeing much either. Yeah. So we would escalate next turn if it were possible, but we're going to leave before then. We've even got Tactical Surge back on. I don't need it, but it's there. There's your extract. Yep, you guys are all pretty much useless. And out we go. Cool. We managed to cut noise and everything else enough by the end of the map that they couldn't keep up with us. Don't want to overstay our welcome. Let's ghost. We're out of here. Well, we got a good amount of physical loot. We got the money from the pay itself. So total score, we have all 3 parts of their fancy new stabilizer. Well done. We could count on you to pull this off. The street will be rabid to get it before Jupiter even starts using it. You'd think they'd learn, but they just keep trying this trick. So, egress levels up. Familia is now called Cadillac. We, even after paying our team, get a pretty decent chunk of change. We get some solid XP thanks to the bonus. As I said, it's going to be 15. It was. We get some nice set of blueprints and whatnot. The other cool thing is we have now crested into power level 2. So your team power level is what determines the types of missions you can take and the innate rewards of the missions themselves. So now that we are PL2, our base mission payment is going up around 25 to 50%. The base XP is going to go from 60 to around 75. New mission types will unlock, both procedure generated and story. Thankfully, Blur has the ability to learn Puppet Master with the better recharge rate. Gonna grab that now. I know it's not ready just yet, but it's pretty close, and I want to make sure I have that. Sort my contacts by influence, make sure the people that I actually like and want to talk to, and we've got some pretty close limit breaks to some of these characters. So maybe letting Dance Hall upgrade both is pretty reasonable. The primary one still is going to be, honestly, Origami Joe. Getting him up there so that he can upgrade all of his street gun and similar services. That's going to be done. We're going to, as I said, bump the barracks yet again. I'm going to wait in this exact case because I want to upgrade the Underworld Hub instead. That's going to be more important to me. We'll make our random safety save because why not? But the more important thing is we'll see how the legwork goes, and then we're going to start this one. Alright, Underworld Hub level 2, go. Not a lot of money left, that's okay. Co-Conspirator up relatively soon, and Puppet Master back soon as well, which is nice. Welcome back, Sprinkle. Go get a shower. You smell awful. Is it that bad? I burned all the clothes I took with me already. That far under the dome, it's impossible to tell what you're crawling through. Sounds lovely. Is the job done? Joe was right. This was no scavs. It was a small team with some skill. The shadows hung close for a while. I took the initiative, took the fight to them. They were not expecting that. When they realized who they were dealing with, they lit out. They seemed to have a rethink after that. We haven't seen them since. Any clues who your mysterious enemy is? Maybe it's a competitor trying to shut down my game, but no, nothing concrete. I owe you. Let me know when you want me to call on that favor, or when you want to call on that favor. Noted, you'll be hearing from us. And you're welcome back anytime. I know my runners will miss you. Oh yeah, I'll miss the slop down there. Remember the bonus for your team we talked about. Aye, Choppa. Respect has grown between the two. Sprinkle's gained some hype. He's gained the soft skill Under Navigator, which will be helpful in legwork that requires operating in the Under. A lot of legwork is really trait-based. There's actually some real value there. I'm going to wait till she's done with this legwork as well, and then we will start this conversation. Otherwise, I guess I've got most of my tasks going. Let's see if I can get some money from any of my files or accounts. I still can't mint together any file sets. I'm not going to sell any of these blueprints yet. I'm happy with what I have. I'm not going to sell this until I know what Dance Hall's influence is going to look like. And so... what else would I have been able to look at here? Technically, I have a little bit more gear than I need. So if I sort by gear, I only need 5 kits of armor. And so anyone else who has armor doesn't need it. So, right, Cyber Knight, EX, Vanguard, Gunslinger, Sniper. That's 5 kits of armor. So we don't need this one. We can just sell it straight up. And I might not need as many, like, smoke grenade stuff as I've got. I do have actually quite a bit of... yeah, I don't need more than 4 pistol silencers, I think, either. I could sell at least one of them. As I said, I can sell an armor, so I can sell... Can I sell 2, actually? Can I only sell 1? I'm already wearing 2 sets, so I'm already wearing 5 sets, so I could sell both. That should be fine. As for basic items, I'm going to start selling, like, low-quality bandages and stuff. I'm not going to keep iron recharges, not going to keep the U-sutures. I'm not going to keep any more of these first aid kits. I like midi-clouds because they are AoE, and so you get, like, more value out of them, sort of, like, per item brought. I can drop some of these grenades. They're not a very big deal, though. It's not, like, that much money. I think this is a pretty low-value drug. I'm going to sell this as well. So I mostly end up keeping stuns and a couple of heals, but I mostly care about stuns and smokes. Again, like, the occasional heal is fine. This extra cyber deck could be sold. It's the level 1 basic one. This is not useful at all, so I will never go back to a level 1 cyber deck. If you ever hire a new hacker, they come with a level 1 cyber deck, so really no point in having this. This is the level 1 basic one, so you might as well get rid of it. That allows me the money to actually start bumping the barracks here, so we'll do that now. And we can go ahead and progress and see how this legwork went. I didn't have to crack any skulls. You were right about the tolerance for threats. It was very low. Overdue medical bills have been flowing from the underground all week. Well done. The illegal part of my clinic is going to be running smoother than my front. We gained 2 favors, and she gained 2 influence. So, yeah, Dr. Ash is at to 50. That's kind of nice. Okay, wonderful. Right, so let's start this German connection conversation. I might be on the edge of forging the German connection in this town. I just need your help. The newly landed Warner Braun leadership are strangers in a strange town. Looking for somewhere to feel comfortable, safe, somewhere to relax a little and let their guard down. And maybe, most importantly, somewhere to grow their fledgling connection to the new Boston underworld. And what, have a few drinks and dance under the lights? Who doesn't want that? So you think your club can be that space? If you were a fixture in there, I know it could be the place. I've managed to get their attention, and a few of the Warner Braun mid-levels have come by. But if the right whispers got around about who frequents the club, the face of the rising Cyber Knight, that would seal the deal. You don't want me, the actual Cyber Knight? This abroad asks for a lighter touch. If your face is popping bottles with power players of the underworld, you must be nearby, right? You're but a whisper and a rumor. A whisper and a promise. I get to be the proof that Owen can deliver. A little time off to work the network, make some new connections, relax, sounds wonderful. If we commit Blur to a stint at the club, we'll have a chance to send up to 2 other mercenaries. If we're not ready, we can use a delay before committing Blur to the legwork. I actually do want to delay briefly, the funny thing, because I want my Underworld hub down there to actually be higher level. I forgot about that, but I actually want the legwork to go well. So we're going to delay briefly. Look at my mercs in a row, and we'll reconvene on this. We know this one isn't going to wait, Owen. No, it will not. I need to know soon whether you can make this commitment. Some drinks, some nights out. It's painless. Asking you to come give Underworld Club cred, sheesh, to my club. In return, you would get access to Warner Braun leaders otherwise locked up in their towers. Get your mercs lined up, decide who's getting on my party bus, and get back to me soon. We will not be able to lay the offer again. If we cannot commit, we will have to refuse. Okay, so 14 days for that. Sure. Let's do another safety save. That isn't really needed, but whatever. And whenever our next mission is ready, that's when this one will end. There we go. A lot of new combos come up. We've got a VP who needs our services with a problem at a research lab. We've got a legwork pop. We've got a hack the files mission, which is going to be relatively chill and relatively straightforward. German connection, again, due in 10 days. So I'm just going to jam through a couple of small things real quick, I guess, then. As we're only 30 or so minutes in, I'm going to grab this. Hack the files in the set is a solo Matrix host mission. So I'm going to go ahead and start this one. My source leaked an Ultratech matrix host storing valuable bioformula. Just hack the files in the set. They won't keep this valuable recipe in this host for long. A data courier will scoop it up and transport it to a lab. So the window of vulnerability is short. I paid good money to get the lead. Need to make this happen. What is it? This is something that would be valuable to you, but in my profession, consider it a blueprint for a variant of plasma. I need to complete surgery and splice in cybernetics. It's carefully guarded by Ultratech so that we splicers are dependent on them for expensive deliveries of their customized plasmas. This bioformula recipe will be in 3 parts, and I will pay for any part you can lift. We can make that happen for you. So it's a matrix file hunt. It's called the Quantum Option, and it's ready to be planned. So we'll jump on that right away because it's going to be pretty straightforward. Again, I want to run this legwork and this legwork when my Underworld Hub is level 2, and I can start generating more tokens so I can bump the legwork chance and kind of guarantee success. So I'm trying to kind of maximize around that. Also, we do have Co-Conspirator up. I should pop that and get Origami Joe on the phone. We'll do that next, but for now, we might as well run this mission. Again, steal some bioformula, some easy planning. We send upsell on this. He has an invalid loadout, right? He's got to, here, just hold the shotgun stuff. It's fine. Technically has to hold, a gun and some armor and whatnot, but he's fine. No leverage, no big deal. Let's rock this. This terminal has the matrix cords plugged in for the target matrix relay. Our 3 pay data files are in there somewhere. Let's go hunting. If I need some pre-hack juice, better take it now. If you can't pull it off, head for the exit. So same things as the solo CPU mission from earlier. Slightly different requirements. I don't need to spike the CPU. Also, my turn limit is only 3 turns. So it actually gets pretty constrained here. It is not that big of a host, though, so it shouldn't be a big problem. But again, hard shell, overclock, load. Probably just load all 4, honestly. It's usually not needed. It's fine to have disarm if you had a better cyber deck. Plus matrix AP, move forward. It's probably only 2 things on the node. Program loading is not a big deal. Damage cyber deck matters. I shouldn't need to load any programs. I can simply walk over this way. So I expect the CPU to be in one of these nodes, and I kind of want to spike the CPU early to get more reveals. But in terms of efficient pathing, which is really relevant on a 3-turn clock, I just go here, so I have less backtracking to do. Otherwise, I'd have to backtrack more nodes. So there's likely a trap here, and it'll be kind of annoying. It is what it is. When you download relocates, not the end of the world. I'm out of scan charges. Okay, more stuff here. That's fine. Here is Formula Part 1 complete. What was yours is mine. Paid data downloaded. It's more to find. Don't let the QSEC slow you down. Bar success. Okay, fine. Some patient dossiers we run here. Should be the same kind of boat. If you exit, steal some AP. We can wait on that one. We've got quite a bit here. One of the pieces is now ours. More to find. Great. And actually, we somehow got lucky and it's bioformula part 3 already. That's pretty huge. In, out, stole everything. Well played. Let's get you out of there. Total success. Mission will end when the time limit ends or you walk to the exit zone, but of course I can keep hacking and taking risks and trying to find more stuff. I only have 4 AP left. Let's disarm this because it'll pop later anyway. Next turn, I'll grab the dossiers and then move downwards. So, pretty, obviously pretty successful here overall. We get an escalation. Looks like there was nothing coming through the escalation, though, with this fairly docile security AI. Let's load everything early, since this one's going to block program loading. I want to make sure I'm past that first. There's connection use. Here's another passive ice. AP costs. Likely CPU. It's not. Okay, interesting. I need more scan, though, because this is a SPU. In fact, I'm actually pretty confident there's a trap there, because, again, every decent node has had 2 things on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load scan from outside. What I'm going to do is walk over and just hit null op. And I don't care what's there, but you can see that we managed to... Oh, interesting. We didn't blow them both up. So you get a little bit of cheating here, where you can see that I attacked 2 ice for some damage, and only one of them seemed to die. So there's a trap here somewhere. It's when you load a program. So it turns out it wasn't a big problem, but I didn't know that. So we scan 2 of 2. We see that there's a CPU here, and there's regular stuff there. I'm not going to load any programs. I'm just going to take the download. I'm going to move over. I'm going to null op. Looks like we didn't destroy everything again. Ow. Yep, so here we go. We have to disable this. I have to then load attack. You have to kill every ice on a CPU node. So require... And the thing is, I don't have to kill this, right? This isn't actually needed. In fact, there's not very much upside to going and clearing this when I can just take this down anyway. So it's honestly a bit of a mistake for me to have even done that at all, but it's too late now. I'm not going to load any programs. I'm going to sleaze this. I'll take my 2 downloads, and I'm done. This actually was a mistake. Going here was literally wrong. I should have simply said, like, oh, this node is dead. Let's just grab this and be done. But whatever. I got to feel cool about spiking it. There's no more ice sort of active on the node. I can safely disconnect. I got downloads from, 3 different nodes here. Pretty solid. And we can go for the exit. We've pulled all 3 pay data files, a total score. Well done. You downloaded the pay data and disconnected with time to spare. Time that it's the hacker's hideout before some heat comes down on it. Alright, well, pretty wonderful overall. No complaints here. We get half decent pay. We get a little bit of power level here. He gets a small amount of XP. And we got 3 accounts and 4 files plus a solid payday here. So if we have more work available, we can bump the cold storage. I think to me that's next. So I'm going to bump that here. Next thing that's freed up, we're going to go for Nano Scrubber. And next thing freed up, we're going to go for the Nano Fab as well. Again, I want the Underworld Hub tokens, so we're going to have that come in at some point. Because Coca Spirit is up from cooldown, I'm going to go ahead and pop that now. And again, I'm just going to hyper-focus on making Origami Joe as powerful as possible. Try to limit break again to level 4 guns. That would be great. Hey you, let's do this. Let's get our mutually beneficial agreement. Now that I'm PL2, it is a slightly higher level, more maps unlock. Unfortunately, we got a Scav Raid. Scav Raids do not give basic money, but at least they're pretty straightforward. It's got a tip on a vulnerable new Warner Braun operation site. Perfect target for a Scav Raid. Yeah, they're taking over thousands of properties across the urban core. It really limits their staff and military headcount. It's like the other corps designed it to keep Warner Braun weak. Won't last too long. We're allowed to bring over more staff and soldiers every month. Yeah, it's a hot tip. That's all it is. All the work would be in your hands. But with Intel, you could mount your own raid and extract some valuable gear. And of course, we owe you nothing. Just make him look good. He's offered a raid. We are raiding a corporal faction. We can steal some stuff. Okay, wonderful. It is on a map that I actually enjoy quite a bit. Again, the enemies are up to power level 3 here. He's going to get baseline 20 influence. Unfortunately, we didn't roll any influence secondaries for him, so he's only going to go up so much, but it's something. It's, some benefits here, which is nice. And this will be probably next episode. This plus, getting everything else in a good spot. Unneeded safety save, and let's see what this convo is when it comes up, I guess, as we keep our base in working order. Underworld Hub is level 2. Okay, great. Tokens in 8 days. If we bump it, we get not that much more new stuff, so that's not going to be too spicy or needed. No big deal there. We can go ahead and use Field Ops tokens, maybe, or possibly upgrade it, actually. 100k is not too expensive, but I do need more power, and I do need more scrubbing. Let's see what getting more scrubbing is going to require. Looks like more power. Okay, fine. That's totally fine. Who's ready to train, by the way? Oh, right, the Gunslinger. Yeah, no rush right now. Okay. We let time tick forward. The nanofab is done. I believe we cannot afford to build a... Oh, we can, actually. We can afford to build a weapon crafting bench. 75k, 3 days. Get me in there. Sounds great. Alright, workers are all busy. That's just fine. Yeah, we're going to start crafting weapons. So I know we're crafting weapons at the same time we're getting a bunch of gunrunner upgrades, but we're going to mix and match and, make some comparisons to figure out what we want to get overall. Looks like nothing we really care about from the Field Ops Center here. But if we ever get more combat-focused missions, it'll be really nice to have something like that. Barracks has some spare space in it. No big problem there either. Trying to generate the Underworld Hub tokens. So, yeah. Right now, it feels like probably what I'm going to do is next episode run this mission right away. We can do the initial planning here. And it's going to be buy the Snoop for sure. Thanks, Dance Hall. Our 4 mercs going to include upsell the hacker. I'm going to probably... What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this loadout as the Gunslinger loadout. But I'm going to have you leave. We're going to bring the Scourge back. You're going to run the Shotgun loadout. And you are going to run the Gunslinger loadout. Great, that looks fine. I'm going to call this the Assault Rifle loadout. Could have done it sooner, but at least I'm doing it now. And then this is the UAR, the Urban Assault Rifle loadout. So that way, any 4 characters can be brought in, and it'll be totally fine. At some point, I'll go to the Sniper and save her Sniper Rifle loadout, but this is the squad. This is what I've got. Yeah, I think nothing much else we have to kind of bring up here. I think this is the team. This is the team we're going to run for the next mission. So I will see you the next time. Bye-bye.